Now, I don't know about you, but I personally hate walking around my house with a vacuum, pushing it around, cleaning the floor. It just seems so pointless to me. Now, granted, I do like having a clean house, but I just don't like doing it myself. Call me lazy, I don't care, but the good news is right here we have the OKP K2P robot vacuum cleaner that's gonna do all of that for you. Now, this robot vacuum cleaner is gonna be great for hard floors as well as low pile carpet. The best thing about a robot vacuum cleaner is you set it up with the app, you can schedule it to clean at certain times on certain days, and it'll actually go about its business and clean while you do nothing. And on top of that, you can connect it with your favorite voice assistant so you can vocally be like, hey, go clean, and then it just starts cleaning. It's pretty cool. Now, this robot vacuum does feature a 2600 milliamp hour battery, which is good for up to 150 minutes of cleaning before it automatically goes back to the base station to charge. And if it didn't finish cleaning your house in that time, it'll charge and then go finish where it left off. It can do all this at a noise level as low as 56 decibels, so it's quiet enough for it to clean while you're actually doing stuff around the house without it bothering you. Now, of course, it does have different suction modes, so if you want to ramp it up so it can suck up things with more power, it will drain the battery a bit faster and be a bit louder, so keep that in mind. This does feature free Move Tech 3.0 with anti-collision infrared sensors, so it'll avoid obstacles, and it actually has a very low profile slim design at only 2.99 inches, so it can clean under low objects such as a couch or a bed, somewhere where it'd be really hard to clean with a vacuum. Now, one of my favorite features about this particular robot vacuum, it actually has an advanced brushless suction port, so there's no more brush spinning around that's gonna be getting tangled with hairs, because I have pets and sometimes the hair gets tangled. I have to go in there and clean it out with a razor blade. With this, that shouldn't be an issue. And plus, when you combine that with a 3000 PA of suction power, it's gonna do a great job sucking up all that hair and debris to keep the house nice and clean. So now, with that being said, packaging is looking top tier. Let's get inside and see what we got. Alright, so here we are greeted with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps to get started. Step 1, install the side brushes. There are 2 of them, so they'll rotate and bring everything into the middle so it can get sucked up. Step 2, turn on the robot. I means on, O means off. And keep in mind, you can't charge this if it's set to off. Step 3, place the charging base at an open wall to avoid the signal being blocked, and place the robot at the base and make sure you align it so it'll start charging and know where the charger is. Step 4, gather up any miscellaneous items in your home like electrical cords. Close the bathroom door in case it gets stuck and trapped. Step 5, we have the button, so if you fast press it, it'll start and pause. If you fast press it twice, it'll automatically return to home and charge. And if you hold it for 6 seconds, it'll enter Wi-Fi configuration mode. And then step 6, we're gonna download the OKP app so we can set this thing up so it can map out your house and clean and let you schedule it and do all that fun stuff. Very, very easy. Also inside the box, we do have a user manual, our power cable. We have the robot vacuum here itself, actually very small and compact, I like it. The charging base, very nice and sleek and black. Let's remove this film. Yes. Now, taking a quick look at the charging base, we have OKP branding up on the top. This will actually light up to let you know that we do have power. Up here, we actually do have sensors so the robot can find its way home. Right here, we do have the 2 charging pin connectors that push down so it'll know when the robot is there. Down here on the bottom, we do have rubberized grip so it's not going to slide around your floor. They also did include a brush and a razor blade. Now, this is nice. They actually included 4 rotating brushes. You're only going to use 2 at a time, but if they happen to get damaged, you can easily replace it with the other ones. And also, we do have an extra filter in case the other one gets dirty and you need to replace it. This will actually trap all the dust it sucks up so it doesn't get circulated back into your air. And now, taking a look at the robot vacuum itself, we have this very nice blue color. It's a bit of a turquoise type of blue. I really like it. Nice matte finish. Big power button right here at the top. And one thing I do like about this particular vacuum, other than its small form factor, I mean, look how small it is. My hands are basically covering it up. It's that compact. But what we do have here is we don't have a physical bumper here, which some other robot vacuums have. I do like this better because there's less moving parts, but remember, we do have the anti-collision infrared sensor, so it'll avoid obstacles. Of course, we are going to want to remove this film so that way the sensors aren't blocked. So as you can see, the entire front half is covered with infrared sensors, so everything's gonna be working fine. If we take a look on the back, we do have the air vents, so the air that it sucks in, minus the dust, because the filter is gonna trap it, will get pushed back out. Down here on the bottom, we do have a 360-degree rotating wheel, so it can make those nice turns. We have the charging pin connector, so it can dock and charge. We do have the 2 areas right here, so we can actually place the brushes, just like so. And remember, we do have 2 backups just in case. Right here in the middle, we have the 3000 PA suction without any rotating brushes. So that way we won't have to untangle hair from that brush, because that is a terrible experience and I hate doing that. So this is gonna be great. But as you can see, these 2 rotating brushes will rotate inward, bring all the debris inside to the middle, so that way it can suck everything up. Then of course we do have these 2 big beefy tires here, so it can go over small obstacles such as rugs, so it can clean your entire house. And as you can see, everything is very simple. Now making our way back up to the top, we can actually pick up this flap here, and we are greeted with the dustbin as well as the on and off switch. So the dustbin is right here. It's gonna collect all the debris, and you're gonna have to actually clean this out. So you're gonna actually pop this up, you can pull it out, and then you can actually easily pop this open like this, dump it into the garbage, close it, and place it back into place just like so. Now the cool thing is, right here we do have that filter, so it's gonna trap and lock all the dust before the air gets pushed back out. Now this is actually pretty cool. There's actually a sticker in here with all the different meanings of different lights and beeps in case something goes wrong, so you know exactly what the problem is. So now let's actually get the dustbin pushed back into place, power this thing on, close it up, and get ready with the app. And as you can hear, it's on. So to get started, we're gonna scan the QR code to download the OKP app, open it up, make your account, do all that good stuff, and once we're in here, we're gonna go to the top right and add a robot. So it looks like we have 2 options here. It'll automatically scan for nearby equipment and connect to it, or we can add it manually. So we're actually gonna do the automatic route because that's easier. So we're gonna tap and hold the power button for 5 seconds. It's flashing and beeping, so now it's in pairing mode, and as you can see right in the app, it popped up. We're gonna tap on OK. We're gonna make sure we're connected to our 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network and enter the password. And now it's gonna connect the Wi-Fi network to the robot so we can actually use it. And just like that, less than 30 seconds later, we got everything connected. So now right here, we can actually rename the robot to whatever we want. For example, if you have one upstairs, one downstairs, one in a different room, you can label them so you know exactly which one's where. And now we're gonna tap put into service. So now right here, we're on the home screen. We can see that we have 24% charge, we're connected, we can see the name, and we can see that this is the closest cleaning robot to where we are right now. So that's actually very cool. Now right here on the home screen, we have quick access to start cleaning and go back to the charger. We can see the last cleaning time and the next scheduled task. We can also go to more features, and now we can actually see all the different features of the robot. So right here, we can actually see we have 0 minutes of clean time and 0 meters squared clean. We can see the current operating mode is whole area arranged. We can also do whole area random, go along the edges, or focus on a certain spot. Down on the bottom, we have different options like start cleaning, go back to the charger. We can choose the suction mode. So we have standard, powerful, and quiet mode. So quiet's gonna be the quietest, but not as much suction power. If you happen to have a bit of a bigger mess, maybe you're gonna go up to powerful. It will be louder and use more battery, but it'll clean a lot better. Next up, we do have a find robot button. If we tap that, the robot will start beeping so you can go find it in case it happened to get stuck somewhere. Then next up, we have timing tasks. So this is my favorite feature of a robot vacuum. For example, we can press the plus sign and we can schedule it to clean at a certain time. We can choose where it's gonna clean, arranged, random, or along the edge. You can choose what suction power you want, quiet, standard, or powerful, and you can choose what days you want it to clean. For example, I can have it set to clean every Monday at midnight for the whole area in quiet mode. Press check, and it's gonna clean every Monday at midnight. Very cool. Next up, we have a remote control mode. So if you wanna manually control this thing, you actually can. So if we go in here, we can see the different options here. We can go forward. We can turn around. We can spin to the left, to the right, and we can control it to do whatever we want. We can also do spot cleaning. So it'll just clean this spot in a circular motion to get whatever happens to be right here. We can pause it, and it's very cool. And then we can also send it back to the charger automatically. Very nice. Then next up, we do have robot upgrades, so we can actually download firmware updates to update the robot over time. Right now, we are currently on the latest version, which is good. And last but not least, we do have more settings. So if we go in here, we can change the nickname, see the model number, the serial number, the operation record, so it'll tell you where it's clean, how long it's clean, what area, and it'll actually show you the map. We have sensitivity. We can set that to low, standard, and high. We can see our Wi-Fi name and our current robot, as well as disconnected from our account. So as you can see, the app is very feature packed. So I'm gonna actually get this thing set up, have it clean out the house, map out the area, and we'll see how well it can actually clean. As you can see, I got the OKP robot vacuum set up, fully charged and ready to go. I'm gonna have it clean automatically and let it do its thing. I do have a couple of messes set up. I have some rice here, I have some flour, got some random obstacles, as well as some crushed up chips. So we'll see how well it can clean and go around obstacles all by itself. The OKP K2P robot vacuum. I will say the suction power is definitely there, and those brushes on the side bringing everything to the center to get sucked in with that 3 kPa suction power does a great job, and I like that there's no rolling brush in there to get tangled up with hairs. Now, as far as mapping out the room and avoiding obstacles, I did notice that this particular robot vacuum doesn't do the best job at mapping out a room. To be fair, it doesn't really map out the room because there is no LiDAR support in this vacuum. So it actually only maps out the areas that it travels, and if it hits something, it's like, okay, let me move out of the way, and then it blocks out that little area because it knows something was there. So because it doesn't actually map out the area, you're not able to put any borders, so you don't want it to clean this rug over here, or maybe this area over here is off limits. It's just gonna clean everywhere that it can get to. The good news is, as it is cleaning, it does do a good job at sucking everything up, so your floor will remain clean, especially if you have this going regularly, cleaning up little messes from time to time. Now, if you happen to have a bigger mess, like you spilled some flour on the floor and it doesn't want to suck it up on the first try, you can of course manually send it over there and then tell it to spot clean and spin around in circles, and it'll do a good job picking all of it up. So overall, it is a good basic robot vacuum if you don't need all the bells and whistles of a LiDAR equipped option that completely maps out an area and lets you adjust which areas you want it to clean and so on and so forth. It is very quiet, it always finds its way back home to charge, and it knows when to charge if the battery is running low. And even without all the mapping, it does do a good job at cleaning the whole entire area. It goes up, comes back, goes up, comes back, and it makes sure to clean everything. So like I said, it's a good robot vacuum if you don't need all the bells and whistles of a LiDAR equipped one with different options. If you want something simple that just cleans the room, this is a good vacuum.